Hola a todos y todas. Buenas tardes. I apologize profusely for my audio on my last recording not working. Hopefully this works and I will be extending the deadline for the activities to, I'm just going to say end of day tomorrow. So by 11:59 tomorrow, the 17th, since you guys did not have access to my audio recording previously. So bienvenidos y bienvenidas a nuestra clase asíncrona. So obviously, since we couldn't meet this morning and since everyone's having some different problems with their internet, whether they be long-term or short-term, I just wanted you guys to be able to work on this on your own time, at your own pace. When you did or did not, have access to internet wouldn't matter because you have until tomorrow at the end of the day. So we're continuing with the 12th unit y tenemos la palabra del día que es ladiado o ladiada. Y es de Venezuela. Y el significado es molestado, molestada, and that is a false cognate. It does not mean what you think it means in English. It just means you're bothered or you're really annoyed by something or someone. So, un ejemplo de eso puede ser el ruido cerca de mi casa. Bueno, el ruido de la construcción cerca de mi casa me tiene ladeada. So it's got me really frustrated, really annoyed because it's super noisy. So that is the palabra del día. Moving on. So today you guys are going to be responsible for completing 4 activities on your own time. The first being recording your answers to those questions we talked about at the end of class yesterday. So taking some time, filling them out, and recording them. I have uploaded a Word document so that you guys can record your answers to the activities. And then one of the activities will involve collaborating with some of your fellow classmates on a Google Doc. So since I mentioned the Word document, here's what it looks like. Basically, you just save it as Spanish 2607 underscore your first name underscore your last name. And this is going to count as your in-class participation so that we can keep those participation points up to speed this week, even though it's a little bit complicated. So first of all, you're going to put your answers to the conversar 12 here. And then there are the other activities, the 2 other activities you're going to do on the Word document. And the 4th one, like I said, is on the Google document, which has a link in the PowerPoint. So then there's a little checklist, make sure that you completed everything, and then a little high five, congrats, you're finished. So let's go back. So like I said, you will need to complete this slide with the questions and write them down on the Word document to then email to me. Moving forward, we're going to talk about vocabulary just a little bit. And the first activity has to do with pairing the questions to their answers. So I'm going to give an example. The first one, ¿Alguna vez exploraste una cueva? So which answer choice would be the most logical? Obviously, it's going to be using explorar in the past tense in preterite. And it could be no or it could be yes. All of these seem to be negative. So you're going to answer it, I would say C is the best answer choice. So nunca exploré cuevas. So this is the answer you're going to match to the question. And then the y tú part, you need to come up with your own answer based on your experiences in your life. So, por ejemplo, podría decir, ¿alguna vez exploraste una cueva? Y mi respuesta es no, no exploré cuevas nunca en mi vida porque no me gustan y también me dan miedo. So I don't like them and they scare me a little bit. I have not explored a cave, and those are my reasonings for why I have not. So your sentences, like it says here, need to be 10 words or longer, and there should be 5 sentences that you're writing on that Google Doc. The Word document. Okay. Then the next activity is pretty short. We've been talking about kind of like conservation and being environmentally conscious. So you're going to choose 2 of these questions and you're going to answer them. And you can put these on the Word document as well. This is the 3rd and final activity on the Word document. So please be sure that your answers are 50 words per answer. Okay, so you should have 100 words between those 2, at least, between the 2 questions that you choose. Okay? All right, finally, we're going to touch on some grammar. And I decided I didn't want to lecture because I think doing some activities, incorporating the tutorials you've learned on contraseña is more helpful. And we can address any sort of questions or confusion you might have tomorrow in class. So, we're going to work on cuando era niño o cuando era niña. So, vas a conversar sobre su infancia, which is your childhood. Okay, so this is the activity you're going to do on the Google Doc. So first of all, individualmente, claro, piensa en alguna actividad que te gustaba hacer de niño o de niña y escribe una breve descripción siguiendo las preguntas guía. So these questions down here, therefore, they're going to guide you in what you should include in your description of the activity you did as a kid. So you're not going to say which activity it was because here in Paso Dos, so vete al Google Doc, okay, here's the link, you can click directly here and it'll take you over there. Y vas a escribir una descripción, descripción is there twice, una descripción breve de la actividad. So obviously don't say what the activity was, post it and add your name in blue. There is an example that I've put there so that you're not confused. But if you happen to have any sort of questions, you're always welcome to email me. So I want you to interact with 2 activities. So whether that be guessing one of your classmates' activities that they did when they were a kid, whether that be commenting on like, hey, I did that too, or oh, I didn't like to do that because XYZ. Okay, so some sort of interaction on that Google Doc so you can have a collaborative moment with your classmates. Okay, so two responses. And they don't have to be super long. Just make some sort of comment. Okay. I would say your word count and your length should be about the same as mine, as my example. That's pretty short but sweet, but also informative. Okay, so that's about all I have to do for explaining the activities you have. Like I said, I'm going to extend the due date due to my technological issues, so you will be turning this in tomorrow by the end of the day, by 11:59 p.m. I'll remind you guys in class as well. So, para mañana hay que hacer actividades de gramática 2. Hay 2 actividades y luego estrategia de comprensión aplica destreza. So that is your homework for tomorrow before our class. So you have a little bit more time to get these asynchronous activities done. But as far as deadlines for 8 a.m., these 3 activities need to be done. Then 22 de marzo es la fecha límite, the deadline, para las primeras 3 actividades extracurriculares. And so tomorrow I'm going to go over in more detail what you need to be doing, give some more clarification about the GRLC project that's mandatory for everybody to do. It's not really as intense or as time consuming as you might think. And quite frankly, I think you could sit down in one day, maybe 2 or 3, and complete all 3 of these activities. Okay, so we'll go over that more. And then just so you have it in your mind, the 1st of March is the last day to start a study abroad application for the summer. And I realize most of you are graduating, so if you can't, that's fine, but I just wanted to present it for those of you who are not graduating. So you don't have to have your application finished by March 1st, it's just the last day to even start an application. Okay, so should you have any sort of problems with the PowerPoint, with the activities, if something is not clear, please send me an email. If you have some sort of prolonged internet failure, also let me know. I'm more than willing to be flexible with this. I just want to make sure that you guys don't miss anything because this class is so fast-paced. So please stay safe, stay warm, cuídense mucho, and we will see each other tomorrow morning on Zoom. Ciao.